and fold it in half because I know you can see me do that. So that's going to be the base of my card. Yeah, it looks like we're in there. Then this is the new, and you know my cat walked on the table, so now there's a cat here on my stamp. This is one of the new sets, a new set, it's actually a background stamp, that you will be able to get if you've got your holiday catalog from me. You've seen it, and I do have one video up using it, and it's actually kind of a masculine card too. It's called Buffalo Check, and it makes, obviously, a checked background. I'm going to use it today with my new, my very favorite of our new colors is the Seafoam. This would be my second because it's gray granite, so it's kind of brown, kind of gray. And when I use the background stamps, you know, when I use our new stamp pads, I use them like this. Well, that doesn't work. This is how I use them. It doesn't work with the background stamps, but I don't like to slide them all the way in because I don't want to get my fingers dirty. So I slide it like this, which is just enough then to flip it over and just tap it lightly. And for this, the background stamp, I have found if you want it to be perfectly stamped, you make sure that you get like a really good coating of ink. This is going to be like a flannel looking background on this card, so I don't care if it's perfectly, it's kind of a rustic looking card. It's going to be a masculine kind of card, so it doesn't have to be perfectly stamped. But because I didn't push it all the way in, it's going to be easy still to not get my hands dirty. Pull it in and still just smash it shut kind of like I do. So then I'm going to go with vanilla background, and this is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and just lay it gently on there. And then got some scrap paper where I was messing earlier with what I'm going to do. Just lay it on there and press. And again, because it's going to be kind of a more rustic looking card, I don't care if it's all the way even on there everywhere. Just pull that up off there. Have my little pokey thing and pull that up off there. So you can see it makes a nice background. And again, I don't care that it's like this because I want it to be flannelly rustic, country kind of. If you want perfect, then just make sure you've inked perfect everywhere, and then make sure that you press everywhere. You can see where I left ink on it because I didn't press, but that was kind of the look I was going for. Move that out of the way. Then I've got 2 of the Stampin' Right markers. I've got them in the Cajun Craze and another new color, Shaded Spruce. And I'm going to go with my thin tips, which if you don't know, which I find a lot of people sometimes don't know, the thick tip, which is the brush tip, has the thick end here. See lost my word. My migraine medicine does that to me. The white part here, the border is thick. And the border on this side with the thin tip, thin. So if you didn't know that, now you do. I'm going to pull my scrap piece over here again. You can see where I was practicing earlier. So thin tip. And I'm just going to, I don't want perfect. If you are somebody who has that perfect, this card might not be for you, or you could go get a ruler. I'm just going to take my thin tip and just draw some lines. So I'm going to make this look more like a flannel. And I did experiment with the brush tip. What's wrong, Sibby? She may hop back up here on the table because she's talking to me. What's wrong, babes? But I did do one with like the thin and the thick. And the thick, just the brush tip overwhelms. What's wrong, baby? She is likely to jump up here because I think she thinks I'm ignoring her, because I kind of am. So it doesn't have to be perfect. But as always, because I'm not doing it in the ideal position, when I post them later, you'll be able to tell which one that I made when I was talking to you and which one I made when I was stamping, when you look at your paper the way that you would look at it. I'm just going to take the Shaded Spruce and do the same thing. But the nice thing on this card is once you put all of your pieces, anytime you're doing a background, if you make a mistake, just flip this piece when you layer your stuff on top of it, wherever you think you made the mistake. Although the people you give it to, especially because this is going to go to a guy, they're not going to notice. But if there's one part of my card that I think looks better than the other, then I'll just make sure I mount my pieces on the part that I don't think looks as good. And I also thought about doing one of the lines with my Cajun Craze blend, because that would be a little bit of a thicker tip, but that was just one more thing that if you all didn't have it, that you were going to have to get. So you can kind of see. Hi, Susan. It's not telling me on my laptop that you're watching, but now I see it on my phone. I think my laptop's a little slow today. So it's a little flannel background. So I got that. Now I'm going to take just a scrap piece, and I put 2 because this is going to be a little challenge for me to stamp these so you can see them, but that I get them straight, because they're 2-step and it's not going to be right underneath me. And I did want to show you something. The first time that we used these stamps, I didn't have the chamois because we couldn't order the chamois yet. And here's the chamois if you're not familiar with it. It's a wonderful, wonderful cleaning tool, and we've just gotten them in the annual catalog this year. So it comes like this. And you can see it's all dirty, but you just take it to the sink and it looks stained, but it doesn't like transfer this over to anything that you're cleaning. I mean, you can see what we've used it at camp the last few times, and eventually this like kind of all melds into whatever. We used it with the puzzle stamp at camp, so you can see all of the little hearts that they used. And then this is our little mister thing, and I keep water in it inside my empty stamp case. That you can buy these too, and you just spray it. So we didn't have this, and I know some people still think, because this is how us girls are, you think you don't want to buy this because you'll just save money and get some wet wipes. And wet wipes, you know, baby wipes, they're relatively inexpensive. You know, you can go to Walmart and they're just a couple of dollars. And I meant to look this up, how much these are. I think it's around $7 or $8. Maybe somebody who's watching, Susan or somebody, can look it up and put it on the little screen so I can see. I think it's around maybe $8. They're not expensive. So I don't know how many times you'll go and buy wet wipes before you've spent $8. Like 4 times if they're. So, you know, this is an investment. But when you use wet wipes, especially on the photopolymer stamps, it leaves like little fibers. And so because I didn't have this last time, we did use wet wipes, especially when I do my demonstrator events, because a lot of girls come. And so I have wet wipes everywhere because I only had the Stampin' Scrub, and I have 2 of those. And so you have lots of projects everywhere. And so we cleaned this stamp with the wet wipes, and it's photopolymer. And so you can see, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to put it on my website up close with the camera. But when I first stamped with it today, because I hadn't re-cleaned it since using the wet wipes, all of those little like fiber things from the wet wipes, they stick to the photopolymer. So if you can see up close, like there's little frayed bits all over the stamp. So I had to clean it like 3 times then onto my chamois before now it stamps perfectly clear, because I had to get all of those little, well, you know, when you scrape your stamps, and I know you've seen it if you use wet wipes to clean your photopolymer, that it just sticks to them. So don't do that anymore. You're not going to, you might save money this month when you don't spend $8 and you go buy your pack of wet wipes and you spend $2. But in the long run, you're not going to save money. So just buy a chamois. It works so much better, especially on the photopolymer. And plus it doesn't, you know, if you've had kids, you get those wet wipes out and it's the smell. It takes you right back to changing those diapers. And who wants that? This doesn't have a smell. It smells like water. So there you go. That's your tip of the day. I'm glad I can help you. I don't need my markers anymore, so I'm going to move those. So this is a little potted plant, and this is a 2-step stamp set. So I'm going to stamp it twice. I'm not going to use to, but this will allow me, if I mess up because I'm doing it not over my head, that way I won't have to restamp it if I mess up. And then it comes with the little bulldog. And I know some of my girlfriends from high school have been watching these, and our mascot was a bulldog. So this is perfect if your kids go to Brownsburg, if you are a Butler Bulldog fan. The stamp set is perfect for that. Isn't he cute? Again, I'm going to stamp him twice just in case I mess up. I'm not going to use any of the sayings for this that come in this set, but there are some cute ones. Okay, so I used Memento for that. And then I've got the Cajun Craze. And then here's the little tiny terracotta part for the pot. And again, it's got tiny, tiny little lines that go here. And if you smash down on your stamp pad, it's going to fill in those lines, so don't do that. I got it on that one. I'm going to do this one too, just in case I mess up on the leaves. So we'll have one good one, because this is not the best angle for stamping. I don't think I got that one. Nope, that one's messed up, so hopefully I get the leaves on that one. So that's the Cajun Craze. I'm going to go back to the gray granite for my little bulldog guy. And he's got a little fill-in. It doesn't, these fill-in stamps, they leave a lot of white space. It's a more modern kind of look for the fill-in. Not top while I do it. I think I got him. Yep. So see what I mean? It doesn't fill in. It's not a traditional two-step stamp. So it just kind of, it's a modern look. I kind of like it, especially for a die card. And then I've got the shaded spruce, and I've got my one good thing. So let's see how I can do. I'm going to turn it right side up though when I stamp. Since I have one good one and one pretty bad one. It's not horrible. I can use it if I have to, like if I really mess this up. And again, the leaves on this, they don't fill in every leaf. I'm going to move it. It might go out of your thing a little bit, but it's better for me to see what I'm doing. And you don't want to smash this. Oh, I got it pretty good. But it's an interesting fill-in. It doesn't fill them all in. See, up close, you can see how bad I missed that Cajun one. You need to look straight over it. So that's all of the stamping that we need to do. Now I need to pull my big shot up here. So hang on just a second. Move the stuff I'm finished with out of the way. I'm going to use my magnetic platform, which is not my favorite platform. I tend to mostly use our regular one. And here's another thing that you can't buy yet, but you are going to definitely want it when it hits the market on September 5th. It's out of the holiday catalog, and it's black metallic paper, and it's fabulous. So how I did my copper bench, I'm going to do for this one a black bench. Sibby, what do you want? Now she's climbing in my paper cabinet, literally up my row of paper. For this one, if you noticed before on the other cards, it has an embossed bit, so it cuts and emboss. So for those, they work best if you're using them on a regular non-raised platform, to put them over near the edge and put the die flipped side up. What's wrong, baby? I don't know if you can hear her crying, but she is desperate for some attention. Let me cut my good ones apart from the bad ones. It was okay on one of my bulldogs. I didn't need to. What, babes? I know. Come here. I know. At least I've only got one helper in here today, not two. Part of the reason the magnetic platform can be, if you hit it in a spot where, there we go, where the magnet is rejecting your thing, you have to keep moving it because it goes cattywampus. But it does hold them in place nicely once you get the right spot. Your plates have to be fairly new, because once they start getting cuts, then that's what makes them move. But then this only needs one pass through. In fact, if you pass it more than once, this piece is going to move, so don't do that. You're going to take one pass through. That's all we'll need. I'm going to toss all this in here so I don't lose all my pieces. Get my big shot out of the way. My laptop is not telling, it says people are watching, but it doesn't tell me who. Let's see if I can refresh it. Because I would like to see who's paying attention to me, but you know, sometimes technology is not my friend. Okay. See, I'm gonna go over here a second and see if it's updating now. It's just doing its little spinny thing. I should have plugged it in probably. It says I'm live, and now I got a blank screen. So most of these popped out on their own. It just takes a couple. Of things. Whoops. I don't want my messies in here. Oh, it showed me an old one. Oh, now I've got another gray screen again over there. Okay. Oops. I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to show you this and make my laptop work for me. It just keeps showing me old things. Yeah, it's got nothing. But here's the, you can see the pretty black paper, black metallic, which will be in the holiday catalog, and then how it embosses for you. And then here's my two little things that I need. So we're almost done with this. I've got two ribbons, which I know sometimes people don't like to put the ribbons on the guide cards. It doesn't bother me. I like them on there. And then I've got some glue dots, some dimensionals. It's going to take a different kind, 3 different adhesives to stick this together. So first I'm going to take the burlap ribbon. And again, this part of my card up here I kind of like for the top, so I'm going to make this be the bottom. I'm going to stretch this across here. Add some snail, and just enough that I can have a little bit of overhang here. And flip this over so this will then hold on the back. The burlap is like it's stiff. Press it down on there so it sticks in that. This is when, you know, our fuse was better because it was a little bit tighter of a hold. Then I'm going to take the glue dots. And we do have a new tool in the holiday catalog. It's still in my box. I have not taken it out. And this, I don't know what this came out of. It's one of our 2-pack ribbons. It was all I could do to get my technology to cooperate, and you can see it's still not. So I meant to grab a catalog and see what this stuff all came out of and what it was all called, but I'll put that later on my on the Facebook. But the glue dot, I'm going to pull that over. It's a shaded spruce, and it's maybe out of the tea. No, I don't think it's out of the tea time. It's out of something. It's out of one of the 2-packs, so it doesn't have the name on it. And I'm bad about putting them back into the little baggies they come out of. So one glue dot's holding it there. I'm going to grab another little glue dot. But the little tool has some putty, and it picks up stuff. But the little pokey thing, it works fine for the glue dots on this. So I've got the glue dots holding the tips on it for now. So that'll hold it until we get it on the card. So I'm going to mount the background on here, and because I know I've got this ribbon here, I'm going to put extra snail right here. Just to make sure it grabs all that ribbon. Again, fuse would have been my preference, but we don't have it anymore, so I'm just going to make this work. I'm going to put glue dots again right here on top of the mystery ribbon, the mystery green ribbon. Get it off my finger. Put that there. And see, it's kind of doinging around. We don't want doingy ribbon. So just one glue dot here. And you can kind of, you know, they're foldable. So I'm going to put one glue dot there, and that stops the doingy. So there's my background. Then I'm going to take my bench, and glue dots are going to hold it together as well. And on this bottom bit, I can put 2, and it's just wide enough that I don't have to do anything to hold to the glue dots to make them fit. And then I'm going to put 2 up on the top corner, and on those I am going to kind of squish them in half. And by squishing them in half, then I'll show you, then you can't, they're perfect size. So I'm going to kind of put that on top of that. And then my pot, I'm going to use the snail so it's kind of behind my bench. And then I'm going to grab one dimensional on my little dog. The card doesn't take as long as it seems. It's just because I've done a lot of talking. And there you go. So it could be a birthday card, it could be a miss you card, a thank you card. But I think it's great for guys. That's why I just left the words off, because on the inside then you could really do anything with it. And it's kind of fall-ish because of the colors I went with. But if he's a football fan or a basketball fan, you could easily go with the school colors of a school that he liked. It gives me like a grandpa feel with the flannel. So I hope you like that. Again, the buffalo check and the black metallic paper will be in the holiday catalog that starts September 5th. If you don't have a holiday catalog and you need me to send you one, then just message me and I will be happy to do that. I'm going to the post office on Saturday morning because I have a few things that I still need to send to people. So that's the earliest I'll be at the post office. So you have till Friday to let me know because I need to get it ready before then. So, and my special between now and Saturday, Saturday, is if you buy the Sitting Pretty bundle, then you can pick 2 free stamp pads of classic pads, whatever color you want. And that will be, you'll need to use the host code that I have this month. And so the details for that will be both on my blog, which is stampinonline.com, and on my Facebook page. And if you share this video, and if you comment on this video and like this video, you will go into a drawing to win this card. I'm going to send this card that I just made to somebody that does that. And also, if you share the video, then you will go into a drawing. I'm going to give away, depending on how many people share it, I'm going to give away some $5 gift certificates. So that's all I have for you today. Have a nice day. Bye.